Hello, Taurus, Sun, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Taurus, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship, how you guys feel about it, and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. Also, too, keep in mind that time is fluid, so this could either currently be happening or maybe happening at a later date. Oh, another thing, you might find yourself resonating with the person to the right of me than you do with the person to the left of me. If so, that's okay. Sometimes that actually does happen. So just pick and choose who you resonate more so with. If this reading doesn't end up resonating with you, feel free to check out your other placements, okay? So with all that being said, Taurus, let's get started. How does Taurus currently view this relationship? Okay, Taurus. So we do have the Ace of Wands. We do have the Six of Cups. And then we also have the Six of Pentacles out here. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Wands, we do have the Five of Pentacles, and then we also have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so this to me feels like you're experiencing an all of a sudden change of heart. It kind of looks like you go from wanting absolutely nothing to do with someone to wanting everything to do with this particular person, is basically what I'm gathering. So maybe something happened here in the recent past that caused you to fall into this energy of, you know what, that's it. I'm so done with this person. It's not even funny. But it does appear to me, right, that you are experiencing an all of a sudden change of heart. It looks like, you know, you want to continue to remain with this person and, you know, make it work, right, between the two of you. I am definitely getting that, okay? So if you currently find yourself in this energy of, I'm so done with this person, it's not even funny, I do believe that you will experience an all of a sudden change of heart very, very soon, because I do see you, you know, wanting to continue to remain with this person and, you know, make your marriage and a relationship with this person work, okay? Let's look at this person. How does this person currently view this relationship with Taurus, Sun, Rising, and Venus? All right, Taurus. So we do have the Three of Cups for them. We got the Two of Wands for them. And then we also have the Ace of Cups for them. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. You showed up as a Queen of Wands. This person's showing up as a King of Wands. You know, the King and the Queen of Wands, they typically experience a very on and off relationship with one another. So you guys may have broken up many, many times and gotten back together many, many times. They just tend to, you know, they just tend to have that type of relationship. You know, so that's a possibility. But we do have the Ace of Cups. We do have the Two of Wands. And then we also have the Three of Cups out here. I feel like this person's extremely happy that you want to essentially work things out with this person. Or with them, I'm sorry. They're extremely happy that you want to work things out with them and that you don't want to give up on, you know, them and your relationship with them. Especially because starting over is not something that this person wants to do. Okay, like they do not have it in them, honey. Like they do not have it in them to like date anybody new or get to know anyone new or start over from scratch. Like they just, child, they don't have it in them, okay? They don't have it in. They just don't have the energy. They don't have the energy to get to know anybody right now. They don't have the energy to go on a few dates, right? They just don't have the energy. They much rather work things out with you than to start over in love. They much rather work things out with you. So, you know, for a second, you know, you did kind of have this person feeling like, oh man, like I guess it's really done between the two of us and now I gotta start over and I don't want to start over, you know. For a second you had this person worried. For a second you had this person really thinking that you were done with them. But I feel like this person is happy as well as relieved that you still want to be with them and work things out with them. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. Let's look at you and how you're currently feeling. How does Taurus currently feel? Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords. We got the High Priestess. And then we also have the Seven. Okay. Of Swords. All right. Before I say anything, I do want to look at the Seven of Swords. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords for Taurus, Sun, Rising, and Venus. Interesting. Okay. In regards to how you're currently feeling, I feel like one of the issues that you guys tend to experience within your marriage and a relationship with one another has a lot to do with there being a lack of trust at play. I believe you want to essentially trust this person. I just kind of feel like it's extremely hard for you to essentially trust this person, is what I'm gathering. So a lot of you might tend to experience a lot of like intrusive thoughts. Like you might find yourself thinking, "Oh, this person's probably doing this right now. I know they're probably doing that right now." You know what I mean? I am definitely getting that you tend to think that way a lot within your marriage and a relationship with this person. I am definitely getting that. Um, I do believe that this has more to do with you and things that you've been through than the person that you actually find yourself connecting with. Um, if I'm being completely honest with you, you might think that this person's doing things behind your back, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they actually are. You see what I mean? And just based off of the cards that I'm seeing here, I can't really say that, this person that you currently find yourself connecting with is actually doing things behind your back, just based off of the cards that I'm gathering, or based off of the cards that I'm seeing here for you, Taurus. This does have a lot to do with you and your past, and very little to do with this person. Of course, if something does show up on their behalf and they are being deceptive, I will definitely let you know. But just based off of what I'm seeing here, this does definitely have more to do with you and your past than this person that you currently find yourself connecting with. And that's something that I feel like spirit has been trying to reveal to you for quite some time now. So um let's get into it. You are showing up as a Queen of Swords. So a Queen of Swords is somebody who has unfortunately been through a lot in prior relationships, making it hard for the Queen of Swords to essentially trust a person fully, because of everything that they've been through. So like I said, your past does essentially play a massive role in all of this. Now, I am going to mention something else here. Now, this may not even apply to you, Taurus. So just keep that in mind. This might apply to like another Taurus out there. So just, keep that in mind. You would obviously know if this is going to resonate with you or not, okay? Could this have a lot to do with, you possibly projecting like certain things that you've put other people through onto them, automatically assuming and thinking that they're going to turn around and basically do you the way that maybe you've done other people, in your past? That's definitely a possibility. It's definitely a possibility. Not to say that that is the case, not to say that that is what you specifically are going through. It could be another Taurus that's going through this. So just, keep that in mind that, yes, this could have a lot to do with, you fearing, that this person is going to abandon you because you abandoned someone, in your past. You could have this fear that they're going to essentially cheat on you because you cheated on someone from your past. You see what I mean? So that could definitely be happening here. So it could just be that that's going on here, or it could just be things that people have personally essentially put you through. It could have a lot to do with things that you honestly witnessed as well. So you may have witnessed a lot of people in your life getting betrayed and getting deceived, and you might think, oh man, like I'm gonna be next. I'm gonna be next. I'm gonna end up getting betrayed. I'm gonna end up getting deceived because look, all these people are getting betrayed and deceived out here, so I'm probably gonna be next. So that could be also what's going on here. But this has more to do with you and things that you've personally have gone through, or things that you've witnessed other people go through, or things that you've personally done to other people. Okay, so however it resonates with you and your particular situation. But if it's one thing that I will definitely say, is that it is all in your head. It is all in your head, as far as you thinking that they're going to do this to you one day and that to you one day. All of these things are just all in your head. For some of you, you might even suffer from anxiety. I am definitely getting that. And if you do, suffer from anxiety, it could very well be playing like a massive role in why you tend to think the worst when it comes down to this person on a frequent basis. Let's look at the High Priestess. Okay, yeah. So there's just a lack of acceptance on your part, okay? When it comes down to what Spirit has been trying to essentially reveal to you for quite some time now in regards to the person that you currently find yourself connecting with. So your person also harnesses, so they harness King of Wands energy as well as King of Pentacles energy. King of Pentacles, basically represents somebody who's very big on commitment, as well as, loyalty. They're very committed, I would say, and devoted to you and what they share. With you. I feel like what Spirit has been trying to get you to see, Yeah, like I feel like Spirit has been trying to get you to essentially see how committed and devoted this person actually is to you in this relationship that they share with you. And I feel like Spirit has been trying to get you to see this and accept this for quite some time now. But it's one of those things where it's like, even though your physical, right, reality with this person is showing you that they're very committed to you and that they're very devoted to you and that they would do anything, to you know, prove that to you and, things of that nature, you still think the way you think no matter what. You see what I mean? And it's honestly, again, it honestly has a lot to do with the things that I already mentioned. But it also has a lot to do with the simple fact that you think that you're right about this person. So if you think that this person is, a cheater, but even though your physical reality with this person is showing you that they're far from that, you still believe that they're a cheater no matter what. And it's because there's a lack of acceptance on your behalf. Like you're not accepting the fact that you're wrong about, this person. The more you decide, I guess, to not accept, the facts here, the more it's going to start to take a massive toll on your mental health, the more you're going to start to more than likely feel like you're going crazy or you're going insane, if you will. For some of you, you might even find yourself already feeling that way with this person, where you feel like you're going crazy and you're going insane because, you think that they're cheating on you, but your physical reality with this person continues to reveal to you that they're not. And the reason why you feel like you're going crazy and insane is because you're refusing to accept the truth here. And the truth that you're being, forced to essentially accept, whether you decide to accept it today or tomorrow, is actually a really, really good thing. The truth of the matter is that this person's actually not cheating on you. They're not out here betraying you and or deceiving you. That's great. You know what I mean? It is great, but that's the very truth that you're refusing to accept because you think that you're right. You think that you're right. You know what I mean? You think that you're right about this person. How does this person currently feel? Again, we're going to see if there's any sort of deception within their energy, but the fact that I already clarified the High Priestess, which is your intuition, what your intuition has been trying to tell you all this time about this person, chances are we're probably not going to get any sort of deceptive energy within their energy, because your intuition is the number one thing that will never essentially lie to you. Your mind will lie to you, your mind will definitely lie to you, but your intuition, it'll never lie to you. In regards to how this person, interesting, plans on moving forward, I would like to look into the moon to see why they're even showing up with this energy. It's an energy of, well, things are good / great right now between Taurus and I, but we'll see, we'll see. We'll see what happens, I guess. Like it's as if this person is anticipating and or expecting for something to happen between the two of you. It's like they're harnessing the energy of everything's great now, everything's peaceful now, but we'll see. We'll see what happens a week from now, I guess. Like it has that feel to it. Let's look at the moon. Let's see what's going on. Tell me more about the moon. Okay. Interesting. Which I don't think that that's the case, but I can see why they look at it that way, or why they would feel that way. This person feels like it's only a matter of time before you look for another reason to leave them. Okay? That's just how they feel. I can see why they would feel that way, or why they're looking at the situation the way that they're looking at it. Because, it makes sense, like this person, at the end of the day, they know that they're very committed and devoted to you. It is what it is. Like, they know that they're very committed and devoted to you. They know that they're not cheating on you. They know that they're not out here betraying you or deceiving you or doing anything to respect their marriage with you or their relationship. They know that. They know that. They know that. You may not think that, but they know, that they're not out here doing X, Y, and Z. But because you constantly find yourself thinking the way that you think about this person, it causes them to essentially think like, you know what? They're just trying to break up with me at this point. Like they're just trying to break up with me. Like, because I know I'm not cheating on Taurus. So the fact that they constantly say I'm cheating on them, like now I'm starting to think they just want to break up with me. They just want to break up. They don't really want this. They don't really want to be with me. Like, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Because they can't think of any other explanation as to why you are the way that you are, you know, with them, because they don't really think that you actually believe that they're out here like cheating. They don't think that you actually believe that. Part of it has to do with the simple fact that they know that they're not out here cheating on you. Well, not part of it. I feel like that plays a huge role because they know that they're not out here cheating on you and you're constantly thinking that they are. Like, in their head, they're just like, come on. Like, I know Taurus doesn't believe that I'm out here cheating on them. So, you know what? I'm really starting to think that they're doing all this because they're just looking for a reason to leave me. They're just looking for a reason to leave. But, you know, I guess we'll see. You know, I guess we'll see, you know, what they come up with next. You know, I guess we'll see what Taurus comes up with next. I guess we'll see what they accuse me of next. I guess we'll see. And I guess we'll see, and we'll just cross that bridge, I guess. You know? You know, when it gets here, until then, I guess, you know, I'm just going to take it day by day, you know? So, I mean, I can see why they look at the situation the way that they look at it. I mean, I get it. But do I think that that's what you do? Is purposely look for, like, reasons to leave them? Nah, like, you legit don't trust them. And that's just the reality. You legit don't trust them. And it has a lot to do with what we already kind of went over. To not sound like a broken record, but what actions will Taurus take towards this human or moving forward? Yeah, this is like, yeah, this is like a pattern you got going on here. There's like a pattern with you. It's like, 1 minute you want nothing to do with this person. The next minute you're just like, you know, I love you. Come here. Give me a hug. You know what I mean? And then the next minute you start falling into this energy of, I think they're doing this and this and this and this and this and this and this. Can't prove it, but I just think that they're doing this and this and this and this. And then you start falling into this energy of, I'm just so unhappy with this person. And I just don't even know why I even bother, you know, to try to work things out with this person, and why I'm even here, and why I'm even married to this human being, and, you know, things of that nature. How do I say this to you? How do I say this to you? How do I say this to you, Taurus? How do I say this to you? Don't take, listen, because this is you. If you've been with me for a while, you already know how I am. You know what I mean? Like, we're like besties here, okay? So I'm always going to be honest, you know, with you guys. So I feel like, Taurus, I feel like you're unhappy because you choose to continue to think that you're right about this person when you're not. If you were to just accept the truth, you wouldn't find yourself feeling so unhappy or miserable within your marriage and a relationship with this person. But because you choose, because it's a choice at the end of the day, you choose to believe that they're a cheater, they're a liar, they're this, that, and the third, homie. You choose to believe that. This is you choosing to believe that. You choose to believe that about this person. You choose to believe that about them. Now, are you right about the things that you believe to be true about them? No. And I think that to a certain extent, you kind of know. I think that to a certain extent, let's be real, you kind of know. You know what I mean? That this person ain't doing what you think they're out here doing. I just think that the more you choose to, like, fight the truth, the more, yeah, you're going to find yourself going insane. The more, yeah, you're going to find yourself miserable, hands down, for sure. Because you're choosing to continue to believe that you're right about them when you're not. When you're not. You could be happy. You could be at peace within your marriage and a relationship with this person. You're making the choice not to, because you continue to choose to, you just continue to choose to believe what you want to believe about this person, you know? You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, Jelly Bean? What actions will this person... And that's like a whole nother thing too, dude. That's like because I was like waiting for the Queen of Pentacles to come out for you, because I'm just like, I did see you show up as a Queen of Wands, but I'm just like, I feel like you also harness Queen of Pentacles energy, and here it is. And here's why I'm kind of glad that the Queen of Pentacles came out here for you, because this just kind of like furthermore proves the point, right, that Spirit's trying to essentially make to you. You're a Queen of Pentacles, okay? You're with this one because you want to be with this one. You're not with this one because you need them, because you could do battle by yourself. You don't need this one over here for anything, okay? You don't need them for anything, honey. You don't need them for anything. So I guess I say all of that to say this, okay? You're with this person, yes, you know, still to this day, because yes, you want to be with this person. But you're also, you know, with this person because deep down inside, somewhere within you, and hey, you may need to dig deep, and that's okay, but somewhere within you, I think that you kind of think that you may not be right about them, but you're just like, but I just think that they're like this, and I just think that they're doing this, and I just think that they're doing that. Like, there's somewhere within you, homie, like, you kind of know you may not be right about this person. I mean, you think you're right about this person, but there's that small part of you that feels like, I may be wrong. I may be wrong about them. And honestly, you're a Queen of Pentacles, dude. Like, a Queen of Pentacles is somebody who has a lot of respect for themselves. Like, a lot of respect for themselves. Like, this is not, you ain't that type of person, homie, that's gonna sit up here and be with a man or a woman that's out here doing you dirty. Like, you're just, nope. You're just not that type of woman, my friend. You're just not that type of man. And there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. Like, if you knew without a shadow of a doubt, right, that this person was exactly what you think they are, you would have let this human in a heartbeat. You would have let them in a heartbeat. You would have let them in a heartbeat, because you don't need them for anything. You're with them because you want to be with them, not because you need them or anything like that. And it ain't because you're desperate, because you far from that. You're a freaking Queen of Wands / Queen of Pentacles. And then on top of that, you are in this Queen of Swords energy. Oh my God. Like, you're intelligent. You have a lot of respect for yourself. You're very career oriented. You're very hardworking. You're big on commitment. You're big on loyalty. Queen of Wands represents somebody who's very attractive. It's somebody who has a very nice person. You could find another man. That's besides the point. You can find another man, you can find another woman, like that, because you have so many qualities to you that any man and or woman would essentially want. So you could replace them in a heartbeat if you wanted to. You don't have troubles, you know, when it comes down to getting another man, or just getting a man in general, or a woman. You do not have those problems, my friend. Nope, you don't. You just don't. So you're not here because out of who's gonna want me, you know, mindset. You're not here because I have to be here with it. You're not here. No, you're here because you want to be here. And you're also here because somewhere, and you may need to dig super deep, but somewhere, dude, you kind of know that you ain't right about this person, but I think that you just want to continue to think that you are. You know what I mean? And doing that does you no favors, because you can just look. Screw them for a second. Just look at how all of this is actually like affecting you mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Screw them and what they're trying to, you know, convince you of, that they're the good guy. Screw them for a second. You know what I mean? Like, you refusing to accept the truth, it don't do you no favors. All it's really doing is causing unnecessary stress in your life. It's giving you unnecessary anxiety. It might even be giving you panic attacks on top of that, because for some of you, I am getting that you guys suffer from anxiety. Man, what else? It's creating a lot of unhappiness and misery in your life. None of this is doing you any favors. You know, you're basically hurting yourself by not accepting the truth. You're hurting yourself. It's not that they're driving you crazy. It's that, you know, this whole, I just think I'm right about them is what's driving you crazy. Is what's driving you crazy. It ain't them. It's not them. It's because you think what you think and you believe what you believe. That's literally it. But okay, so in regards to this human, right, and how they plan on moving forward, I mean, come on, guys, come on. They have all of the, what, did we get all of the kings out here for them? Did we? We sure did. We got the King of Wands to the King of Pentacles, King of Swords to the King of, I mean, at this point, I feel like this person's giving you, and this relationship that they share with you, they're all, like, their all. Like, they're not half-assing this marriage. They're not half-assing this really. They are giving you, honey, their all. You know why? Because they love you, because they care about you, because they don't want to lose you, you know, because you're the one that they can see themselves, you know, possibly even growing old with. That's why they turn around and give you, in this dynamic that they share with you, you know, their all. And this is also why, you know, they continue to find themselves dealing with things that personally they don't feel like they deserve to essentially deal with and or go through. As far as like this whole you thinking that they're out to get you, don't have your best interest at heart, like they don't feel like they deserve all of that from you. And to be honest, looking at them, I don't think they do. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, man, but this person is literally giving you and their relationship with you and our marriage with you their all. They're doing everything that they could possibly do on their end to show you how committed and devoted they are to. I'm sorry. You know, it's like, I'm sorry, dude, but it's like the odds are against you, my friend. And I mean, tarot doesn't even agree with you. I personally can't even agree with you, because not once did we get any sort of deception within their energy. And the person that runs the highest risk, if that's what you're afraid of as far as getting hurt by this person, the person that runs the highest risk of getting hurt here, it is not you. It is definitely not you. It hands down definitely is them. It's definitely them. And here's why I say that. These negative, intrusive thoughts can influence you to divorce them. It could influence you to leave them, causing them to end up getting heartbroken in the end, because we're not talking about somebody who's not emotionally invested here. We're talking about somebody who's emotionally invested here. We're talking about somebody who is attached here. And we all know that you know, suffering comes from attachment. Anything that you attach yourself to, if in the event you ever lose it, you're gonna suffer. You are going to suffer beyond belief, okay? So the person that runs the highest risk of getting hurt here, it is not you. It is not you. It truly is them. And I'm not saying this to make you feel better or anything like that. Not once did we see you show up as the Queen of Cups, which I'm personally not surprised by that. I think that because you believe what you believe to be true about this person, you don't really allow yourself to really go there fully, emotionally speaking. Don't get me wrong. I think that you love this person, care for this person, but this is somebody who allowed themselves to essentially fall for you. You didn't allow yourself to fall for them. And it's not because you don't want to fall for them or anything like that, or allow yourself to become emotionally attached to this person. It's just because in your head, that's just not a smart move. Why? In your head, it's like, why would I allow myself to fall in love with this person? Or why would I allow myself to, I don't know, you know, become attached to this person, you know, when I think they're out here doing X, Y, and Z. I mean, this is why you're not showing up as a Queen of Cups. You showed up as a Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, but not once did you show up as a Queen of Cups. So that's telling me that you do love them and you do care about them. And don't take this the wrong way, but the love and care that this person has for you is 10 times greater than the love and care you have for them. And it's only because in your head you think you're basically sleeping with the enemy. So you manage to find a way to not allow yourself to become too attached. If this belief were to disappear and go away, you will find yourself, you know, as deeply invested emotionally as they are. You might have Aquarius within your chart or air within your chart. Specifically Aquarian energy, because Aquarians are really good at like, you know, detaching themselves, you know, emotionally, and not allowing themselves to become, you know, attached to, you know, certain things and or people. So you might have Aquarius, you know, within your chart somewhere. Who else is really good at that? I'm just going to go ahead and stick with Aquarius for right now. I'm sure other zodiac signs are really good, but there's no other zodiac sign that really comes to mind. Like, not really. Not right now anyways. I can't really think of any other I'm pretty sure there's other zodiac signs that are really Capricorn. I would say Capricorn too. Anyways, doesn't matter. Point is that you've just found a way to not allow yourself to become, you know, attached to this person. You know, emotionally, or as emotionally invested as they are, because they're like, if we're comparing here, like this person 10 times is hands down 10 times more emotionally invested than you are. And it's not because you don't want to be, it's just because you think that you shouldn't. You think that it's not a smart move. You think that that's like the biggest mistake you could ever make, is allow yourself to become in love with this person or extremely emotionally attached to this person, because, you know, what if you're right? What if they are out here playing you? You know what I mean? You're unhappy because you choose to not accept the truth. And that's just what it all boils down to. And none of this is doing you any favors. It's not doing you any favors. It truly is not doing you any favors. Like, you continuing to believe what you believe, it don't do you no favors. All it does is really stress. All it does is cause unnecessary stress into your life. Like, you know, if you're gonna stress over something that's actually happening, like something that's actually happening. But what we see you doing is stressing over something that's not even happening. So it's like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? So it's just something to just think about. You know what I mean? Is that it ain't them that's stressing you out. It is literally you refusing to accept the truth that's stressing you out and causing all this unhappiness and like misery and stuff like that in your life. And it doesn't have to be this way. You just got to make the choice to not continue to think this way about this person. But it does start with you accepting the fact that you're wrong about them. Straight up. Okay, you're wrong, okay, about this one over here, which is a good thing, it is a really, really good thing. But that is what I have for you, my friend. Hopefully the reading helped, hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next